That is, it does not obey the equation PV is equals to nRT. That means real gas does not obey this equation. Real gas like, for example, real gas like we can say that hydrogen N2, H2, O2, Cl2, CH4, CO2, etc. These are the general gases which are available in our nature for us. So these are called a real gas. So this real gas does not obey this equation, that is gas equation does not obey. Then when it is possible that these gases also obeys this equation, it is possible under two conditions, that is at low pressure and high and at high temperature. So at low pressure and high temperature only this real gas can act as a ideal gas, or it can behave as a ideal gas. As here in case of real gas, all the molecules, suppose they are like this, these are the molecules in a real gas. So at low pressure and at high temperature, when a temperature becomes high for it, that means at low pressure and high temperature the molecules will move away from each other. That means these molecules at low pressure and high temperature, this will become, one will be here, one will be somewhere here, one will be somewhere here. As we know that in case of ideal gas, the intermolecular distances are very larger. So this is possible if and only if at low pressure and high temperature. In real gas, there are two types of forces are experienced by the particles. One is of attractive force, that is due to the particle when they are far from each other. And whereas one more force, that is called repulsive force, due to the particle when they are close to each other. So here the force of attraction is of a longer range. Why? Because they are far from each other. Hence we can say that the force of attraction is of a longer range when compared to that of the force of repulsion. Equation of state for real gas. It is the equation given by the van der Waals with two correction in a ideal gas equation. Generally we know that ideal gas equation generally PV is equals to RT for a 1 mole of gas. This is the ideal gas equation. We know this very well. The same in P as well as in V, van der Waals is the name of the scientist who have made some correction in this, and that correction he have calculated, that is P plus A by V square. V correction is V minus B is equals to RT. So this equation is nothing but, this is called van der Waals equation, which is similar to that of the PV is equals to RT. Only here is P is corrected as a P plus A by V square and V is corrected by V minus B. So here why we got here P plus A by V square means, here in case of pressure, the intermolecular force in a real gas is considered, but whereas in case of real gas we are neglecting it. So because of this the real gas molecule, whatever the force acting on the walls, due to the intermolecular force in a real gases, molecules does not exert the force on the wall as the ideal gas molecules exert on the wall. Because ideal gas molecules are free to move here and there, they are far from each other and they exert much more pressure on the wall compared to that of the real gas. Hence in case of real gas we have to take one more additional term, that is P plus A by V square. So this is the total value of the pressure. Where if come to the volume, V is nothing but V is the total volume of a gas, but the available free space for the movement of a molecule is less than that of the V. Why? Because molecules also occupy some of the volume. Therefore, the available free space to move will be less than that of the actual volume. So, therefore, the volume is V minus B we have to take here. So, therefore, this is the correction done by the Van der Waals. And this is for 1 mole of gas only. For n number of moles if you consider, then this equation will be let us consider here, this is the graph between the pressure and volume for our two different gases. One is, this is orange color is of a ideal gas, and whereas this green curve is for a real gas. So if you see carefully here, as the pressure increases, volume decreases and vice versa. That means these two are inversely proportional to each other. If I take here as a temperature as constant, if I take temperature as constant, that means in one way we can say that P is inversely proportional to the volume, that is pressure is inversely proportional to the volume at constant pressure is nothing but we can say this is Boyle's law. So Boyle's law means here also we can say that since here temperature is constant, that means I can say these curves are called isotherm curve. Okay, so if you carefully observe here, this is the volume at which both the curves are meeting. That means both the gases are having this volume. At what pressure? At a particular pressure. Say this is the pressure. So at this particular low pressure, these both are having same volume. This means what? This means both are behaving like a ideal gas only. Means both are having same volume. Means here the real gas will act as a ideal gas. Now let us consider another pressure. Suppose say I am considering one more pressure. Say this is the one more pressure I have considered, for which the volume of a real gas is this one. This is the real gas volume, and the volume of a ideal gas is this one. That means at a same pressure compared to this, here the pressure is increased. So as the pressure increases, it is quite clear that the real gas volume is increasing. That means the volume of a real gas is greater than that of the ideal gas volume. If I go further higher pressure, suppose if I take further higher pressure, suppose I have taken one more pressure. At this pressure, the volume of ideal gas is this one, and whereas the real gas volume is this one. So in this case also it is quite clear that as the pressure increases, volume is decreasing, but compared to this real gas and ideal gas, if you compare, the volume of an ideal gas is decreasing much more than that of the real gas. So here from this it is quite clear that as the pressure increases, volume is decreasing. That means real gas volume is decreasing less, and whereas the ideal gas volume is decreasing much more than that of the real gas. So from this graph, at high pressure, if you see, this is the volume of ideal gas and this is the volume of a real gas. So here real gas volume is compared to the ideal gas is greater. So as if the pressure is reducing, that is decreasing pressure, at a particular low pressure, if you see, the volume is greater, at which both the volumes are equal. So this is the condition at which the real gas is equals to the ideal gas. So here we have taken that temperature as constant. So for this we have got graph. If you increase the temperature further more, that means the volume will be further increasing. So hence we can say that at low pressure and at higher temperature only the real gas can act as a or behave as a ideal gas. So this is what we can say from the graph. And if you see carefully, below this point, you can see that both the lines are coinciding, like that means they are nearer to each other. That means in this case they are behaving like a ideal gas. That means these both are nearer to each other. After crossing this point, you can see that this green line is deviating away from this orange line. Let us go for the another graph and let us see that how the real gas is deviates from the ideal gas. Let us see this. Here this is a graph drawn between the compressibility and the pressure. Here the compressibility means it is representing with letter Z. Let us see what is that. Now here I have taken, this is an ideal gas, and here there are 5 gases are there. One is of hydrogen gas, helium gas, nitrogen gas, methane gas, and also carbon dioxide gas. So here this is an ideal gas and these 5 are called a real gas. So here these real gas shows different deviations than compared to that of the ideal gas. Here what is compressibility is first, let us. As we know that is ideal gas equation, that is PV is equals to nRT. From this we can write PV by nRT, which is equals to, here we are getting 1 actually. So this ratio we will call it as a compressibility, which I will represent with letter Z. So the ratio of PV by nRT is called Z, which is called compressibility. So here for ideal gas, this Z value is said to be 1. We can see here that. So this is here Z, which is equals to 1 for an ideal gas. But for the remaining real gases, we have taken here 5 real gases. For these 5 real gases, we can see that this Z value is varying. Here Z is varying for a real gases. As we see here that for real gas, Z is equals to 1. But here if you see, for the ideal gas, Z is equals to 1. The same if you see for a real gases, see this is a real gas which is moving down and then it is moving up. So that means first it is having a negative deviation, thereafter it is having a positive deviation. And for these 2 real gases, they are having only positive deviation. That means it is above 1 is said to be a positive deviation and below 1 is said to be a negative deviation. That means the gases like N2, CH4 and CO2, initially they will have a negative deviation, thereafter it is going for a positive deviation. But whereas for H2 and He, they are having a positive deviation only. What does the positive deviation means? Positive deviation means here the Z value should be greater than 1. Negative deviation means it should be, Z value should be less than 1. Let us see here. From this we can understand that if Z is greater than 1, if Z is greater than 1 means from this equation we can say that PV by nRT should be greater than 1. This implies that PV should be greater than nRT. So we are having, this is a relation. So from this we can say, that the term PV should be greater than nRT. when this will be greater? Suppose say if I am taking the pressure as a constant, suppose at constant pressure if I take the pressure as a constant, that means the volume V should be greater. From this we can say that with this if we compare the ideal gas with real gas. So if you compare the ideal gas with this real gas, then if you compare, what happens is volume of a real gas is greater than that of a volume of a ideal gas. Why? Because here volume of a ideal gas is nothing but, we can say that this from this formula PV is equals to nRT. For a ideal gas this should be equals to 1. Real gas if you consider, Z should be greater than 1. That means if Z is greater than 1 means definitely at constant pressure if I take, V should be greater than. So here volume of a real gas should be greater than that of a volume of a ideal gas. So here volume of a real gas is greater. Hence we can say that this is having a positive deviation. For this H2 and He, they are having a positive deviation. That these lines are deviated away from the ideal gas, that too it is moving upward, hence we call it as a positive deviation. That is H2 and He shows positive deviation. Now for these three gases if you take like N2, CH4 and CO2, if you consider these three gases, then for this it shows first negative deviation and then positive deviation. So we can see that from this graph. So here what is here negative deviation indicates? So here negative deviation is nothing but, from this equation PV by nRT is equals to Z, but here for a negative this value should be less than that of the 1. That means this should be less than, means we can write this is less than 1. This implies that PV should be less than nRT. If P is constant, suppose if I have taken pressure as a constant, if this is constant means the volume should be decrease in this case. So in this case, as we have seen previously, if you make this constant, since this entire value is greater than that of the nRT, this value should be greater. So here also similarly, this entire value is less than that of the nRT. So therefore if I take pressure as a constant, then definitely this implies that V should be decreasing value. Volume V decreases means here we can say that negative deviation is said to be takes place. That is, if we again compare with ideal gas, that means if we compare the ideal gas with these real gases, that is, if you compare with this, then it is quite clear that the volume of a real gas should be less than that of the volume of a ideal gas. So this is what we are going to see. So as we have seen previously, in case of positive deviation, that means when Z is greater than 1, volume of a real gas is greater than that of the ideal gas. And for a negative deviation, here the volume of a real gas is less than that of the ideal gas. So this says that here this is a negative deviation, but here initially it is negative, thereafter again it is a positive deviation. That why it is showing a positive deviation means, if you see from the figure here, initially these gases are showing a negative deviation. At a particular instant it reaches a ideal gas, thereafter again it crosses and it is having a positive deviation. As the pressure increases, the volume of the these real gases keep on decreasing, that means compressed, it is keep on decreasing. How long? It will compress up to a certain limit only. Thereafter it does not compress furthermore. That means when it reaches a ideal gas volume, that means as much as the ideal gas compressor, it will reaches up to that value. Thereafter what happens? See, as we know that from the equation, that is PV is equals to nRT. If you increase the pressure continuously like 100 atm, 200 atm, 300 atm and 400 atm, if you increase the pressure continuously, then volume definitely it will be decreasing. If the volume is decreasing, means how long it will decrease? It will decrease up to a certain limit only. Thereafter what happens? As the volume decreases, temperature here again it is increasing. So pressure increasing, volume decreasing, this means that temperature is said to be increasing again. That means due to when the temperature is increasing, again the volume start again increasing. That means the molecule, that means the intermolecular distance again increases due to this increase in temperature. Hence we can say that again the volume of this is again said to be increasing. That means initially it will show some negative deviation up to this ideal gas level. Thereafter again it is showing a positive deviation. So these are the graph for the real gas deviates from the ideal gas.
Above this ideal line gas, that means above this ideal gas, the volume is said to be increasing. That means we can say that compressibility is said to be less. That means compressibility is said to be decreasing or less, we can say. Whereas below this ideal gas curve or ideal gas line, if you see, in this case we have seen that volume is said to be decreasing. Volume is said to be decreasing, that means we can say that below this line the compressibility is more. So here the compressibility is more. Compressibility is less, that means we can say that this shows a positive deviation. So for that purpose these all 5 lines shows above this curve as a positive deviation. So here we can say that this is a positive deviation, and whereas here compressibility is more, that means this will show a negative deviation. And if you see carefully, all the 5 lines are joining at this point. That means if you consider from here, suppose say this is 0, if you consider here 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, if you consider a very low pressure, if you consider, then at this low pressure you can see that all the lines are meeting at this point. This shows that at a very low pressure all lines are very narrow, that means all are lines at the same point. That means at this point we can say that for a lower pressure this will act as a ideal gas. That is, for a lower pressure all the lines are close to each other. So hence we can say that at this lower pressure these all gases will act as a ideal gas. The effect of temperature, that means let us consider here I am taking a N2 gas. Let us see how this real gas, that is N2 gas, is affecting with different temperatures. For a different values of temperature we have plotted here different graphs. So here if you see, this is called a negative deviation, as we have seen previously. This is a greater deviation than that of this one, and it is further small, and it is very small. So from this graph you can see that the deviation for this is much more than compared to this all. That means this orange line is nothing but this is called a ideal gas curve, and whereas this green line represents the real gas curve for a nitrogen gas at different temperatures. So as we know, when does the real gas will behave as an ideal gas? We know that it behaves as an ideal gas at high temperature and low pressure. So these are the condition at which the real gas behave like a ideal gas. So if you compare here, this curve is nearer to that of the ideal gas, and here this curve is little more deviated, it is further deviated, and it is further more deviated. So on comparing these four graphs, we can say that this graph is very close to that of the ideal gas. So hence we can say that ideal gas condition is what? When we can get the ideal gas at a high temperature only. So from this it is quite clear that T4 should be greater than that of the T3, which is greater than T2, and which is greater than T1. So this is how we can say that the temperature is in increasing order.